Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. This is my regular ritual stand-up, my daily vlog where I come in my studio, turn on the lights and the camera, talk to you about what I've been doing next and how it's going in my efforts to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. And a little uptick today, good start to the week. So let's get started talking about yesterday before we get into today. First thing yesterday, I cut the new episode of Celebrating Yesteryear for Retro Days. I'm very pleased that I've continued to stay a full week ahead. So most of last year, I was cutting the material for the Saturday episode, and that meant that the poor editor, she had to be working from there. But I worked with the writer to make sure we stay a script ahead, and so now that's the one I did yesterday is for not Saturday, but next Saturday. So she's had the material for this Saturday for 2 weeks by the time it comes out, and I know that's got to be a relief on an editor. As an editor, the longer you have the materials to work with, and yeah, the better. So, because the audio is really what you hang, that script is what the audio is built on, and that audio is what you time everything else to. So before you have that, it's tough to really get started. I get that. So that's working out well this year. A small stats detail. I remember I told you I posted an old backtrack, not super old, it's back from January. First thing Monday morning, I think Monday morning is a good time to insert an extra podcast from the back catalog to start fleshing out the podcast playlist on the channel. And probably the best one that's dropped so far in a day since yesterday morning. It's done a little under 600 views, which is really good. I think it's really good for an audio podcast on our channel. The first couple kind of did, 230, 3-4, or whatever. This did 6. Now, it doesn't hurt that it's about an arcade game. That was on purpose. So to start to, kind of prime the pump with super topical things that fit really well with the YouTube channel before I start adding things that don't. So I think that worked out. Okay. More importantly, I said that yesterday I wanted to work on one of these smaller thrifting finds that I did. And that's what I did. In the afternoon, I shot, played, and then edited stand-ups and everything, and produced what I think was a fun, albeit longish, 20-minute video, and I thought it would do fine. And it became the number one performer. You'll recall that I've talked about this before. YouTube will tell you how any given video is doing in comparison to the last 10 similar videos. If it's a short, the last 10 shorts. If a long form, the last 10 long forms. And this is a number one right now. It's ahead of the last 10 videos we published in terms of pacing. So that thing just overnight, when I last looked, 4,600 views it's done. Tons of engagement. I had fun doing it. I always had fun doing a video. I just never know. This is a 20-year-old thing you plug into your TV that's kind of bad. So that's the angle that I took, and it turned out to be a pretty fun video, I think. A lot of people kind of poking jokes in the comments, and it turned out really well. And I think there's nothing special about the video. It's just a regular video that I do. I think I ended up settling on a really good title to go with the thumbnail. I'll talk about that at the end because I think it's a good lesson learned. One I knew, but was a really good illustration of it. So I wanted to do some podcast prep yesterday. I barely did any, so I kind of tried to get up a little early this morning to get after it because we will do our pod edit this morning, which we'll talk about in a moment. At the end of yesterday, we had our Monday evening team meeting where we're planning for the upcoming podcast recordings and what we're doing. So, it's a regular Monday that turned out a really good product, so happy with that. Let's see. Damn it. Again, I forgot to update my sheet. 1 second. Okay, now I'm ready to talk about stats. So first, let's bring out my little chart here, and you know that it represents views and subscribers average over the last 7 days. I'd like to be ideally at this midpoint, which is 13,000 views and 130 subscribers. Up a little from yesterday, 11.8 thousand views. Subscribers are up also 187. Still below my view count where I'd like to be, but increasing. And if you see the last 28-day chart in the upper left, you can see a nice uptick over the last few days coming out of the weekend. And yesterday was a good view day. Continues to do good this morning. So how does that impact our subscriber count? Let's see. Yesterday we're 82,004 and about 3/4. We passed 82.5, and this morning we're at 82,600 and about a half. So, wow. Yeah, so that puts us now 17.5-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 18,000 and about 18 weeks. So still, but we're creeping up. We might, one weekend we might cross over and double it up. So wow, it's inching along, isn't it? Shoo. All right, let's talk about today. First and foremost, it's Tuesday. Tuesday morning is when I get together with you live over on Twitch at 10 a.m. to edit the audio podcast together. It keeps me motivated. It's some entertainment. It's a good time. If you'd like to join us, again, we're there for about 2.5 hours typically. Go to twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp and poof, you're there. The live stream will be running as soon as you show up there, if it's currently live. And I'll remind you each Tuesday that if you are already an Amazon Prime subscriber and don't already use it or haven't used it in over a month, you have a free Twitch subscriber token, which is effectively a donation you don't pay for that you can give to any creator. And if you would be so kind as to take a moment to give it to us, it certainly helps. It's a way to support us without costing you anything. Just head over to twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp, click that little subscribe button. When the pop-up comes, maybe check another tab, look around for a tick box that says use Prime sub, hit the checkout that says free, and you've done it. Many people do that regularly. You've got to do it every month. It doesn't auto-renew. So if you haven't done it in a while and you can think of it, pop over and do that. It's another item that adds to our bottom line that helps sustain the channel and keep us solvent, keep us going. So if you enjoy what we do and you have that Amazon Prime, please consider popping over and doing that. All right, once the pod is edited, of course, we'll handle the publishing tasks, get that done. A couple of leftovers from yesterday I didn't get done, plus some more I need to do. So in the afternoon, I will try to chop up a recent video into some shorts, as I mentioned. I still haven't picked the Friday plays, though I have a few front runners that I have ideas for. And I want to do a little pre-production for a video I plan to produce Wednesday, tomorrow. So all of that. Makes for a full day. Okay, now, I said I wanted to talk a little bit about the titling, and I've talked about this in the abstract before, but here's a really good example. So over my shoulder, one of these shoulders, I'll throw the thumbnail and the title for that Atari plug-and-play joystick thing video that I did yesterday that did so well. The video was fun. I think all my videos are some degree of fun. It's all about getting in the door. If people get in the door, not only do they see it that they otherwise wouldn't, but YouTube will suggest it to other people because so many people saw it. It's really this, this self-fulfilling prophecy. If you can do something that is clickable. Now, I am not one for clickbait. I am not one for there's two kinds of clickbait. Clickbait is bad if you say, here's what's in the video, and it's not in the video. That's bad clickbait. I do want to clickbait you. I want to bait you into clicking. I want to entice you into saying, oh, there's something interesting in the video. So there's the positive. Clickbait is just such a derogatory term. I tend to just say, make it clickable. Make it something you want to see, and then the important thing is pay it off. So you see the title of this when I said, this Atari plug-and-play ruins the adventure Easter egg, 2002 Jakks Pacific. Now, that's where I landed. I'm convinced that had I not landed there, this video would not have done as well. Initially, I had said, I think the title read 2002 Atari 10-in-1 from Jakks Pacific. And then after that, it said, I don't know, maybe it said, Atari Plug and Play or something. It talked about, here's the product I'm going to show. The thumbnail says there's something bad about it, right? It says just barely Atari, right? So that initial title that says, I'm going to review this thing, tells you what the thing is. So if you're interested in what that thing is, maybe you'll click. When I turned it around and I said, well, let me pick a specific thing from the video. And the thing from the video is that the adventure Easter egg is wonky. Okay, and it was funny to me. So I picked what I think is the highlight of the video, and I said, what if I title it to highlight, to showcase and talk about the thing in the video I think is the payoff, right? So basically, a payoff happened. I didn't think of it as a payoff, but I'm like, hey, if I set it up, the discovery of this in the video becomes a payoff. So I said, oh, let's change this around. Let's put the 2002 Jakks Pacific, let's put that at the end. That's interesting. If you see the picture and see that and want to see it, you're already going to click that. Now I want to get into people that didn't care about this Jakks Pacific Atari toy. So now I'm saying, this plug and play ruins the Easter egg. Now, if you care about adventure, if you're interested in seeing how a game console can ruin something, if you're intrigued, like, in what way did you ruin it? Plus, you even get the people that don't like me, right? They're like, well, this jackass thinks this game is ruined by the, let's see what he thinks. You know, it's really, people love to agree and they love to disagree. And I don't care which one you are if you click, right? Because that's revenue. Now, I wasn't goading anyone into that, but the reality is that whether you agree or disagree, if you present a statement that is sensational, like, this toy ruins this game's Easter egg, like, in what way? Like, that's the thing. If in the viewer's mind, in the 4 or 5 seconds they have to glance at it, and maybe that's all they have usually, they start at the picture. If the picture is vaguely interesting, your eye goes right down to the title to add context. And if that context puts a question in your head that you want the answer to, oh, damn it, now I gotta click. That's the mechanism. And I spent probably 45 minutes on the thumbnail. Don't make fun of me. It takes me time to do a thumbnail the way that I think is good. By make fun of me, maybe that's too much, maybe that's too little. I don't know. It takes me 45 minutes an hour from start to finish. And then I was ready to publish and done. But right before I did, I said to myself, wait a minute. Follow your own advice and go, how do you make this a little more grabby? How do you make it, yeah, here's this toy. There's a picture of it. If they're interested in that, they're going to click. But how do you get the attention of somebody that already has that or knows that toy, has already seen 20 reviews? How do I get someone to click if they already know everything about it, but now, oh, what do they mean? In what way does this guy think this toy ruins this game's hidden thing? And I think this video would have done fine. I think that title is what pushed it to get the extra, like, it would have gotten views. I think that title is probably responsible for an additional 25% of the views. There's no way to test this other than just repetition. And even that's not pure, because I can't go back and rerun the test. The bell's been rung. I can't delete this video and publish it tomorrow with some different name. It doesn't work that way, because now the people who are going to be presented with it have already seen it. So what you can really do is just do evidence gathered over time and trying different things and seeing the results of spending the time to try to figure out how to entice people to come in the door and click. And then once they do, hopefully they see it, like it, view it, subscribe, come back, blah, 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 all the stuff we talk about. So yeah, I think that titling, the extra 10 minutes I spent trying to think about a better title, is to thank for the success of a 20-year-old been there, done that toy. And I think that's a lesson that anybody can learn, myself included, that all those little details they teach you, putting them in practice every time can be a grind. But when you do, and you do it right, and it just kind of hits right, it can really pay off. So, not to say this video is making me $1,000 or anything. I paid $5 for it. It's going to make more than $5 in revenue. For sure. I mean, it's already almost 5,000. You saw it. So that's the way to make it work, I think. So one of the many ways, one of the many pieces. It's not just that's the magic thing. That's one of the many magic things that come together, coalesce to create a successful video, hopefully, channel. So, all right, another log in the fire. Time to get after it today. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and thank you, of course, for stopping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. If you're here every day, you're one of those top purple line people, thank you so much for being here. Love you for that. Have a great Tuesday. Don't forget to do something good for yourself. I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.